When I first thought about learning English, my head swam with worries. Everyone talked about becoming fluent in 3 months, and it felt like a race I was already losing. My mind would just go blank when I tried to say even a simple hello. Then, one day, I found this plan. It said, learning English is not a race. You don't need to be fluent in 3 months. If you give yourself 1 year and follow a clear plan, you can grow from shy beginner to confident speaker, step by step, without pressure. Let's map it out together. This sounded different, gentle, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. Welcome to the final episode of How to Speak English Confidently. Today I will explain to you the roadmap that I followed to gain confidence and speak English step by step. Watch till the end and don't skip any part because everything is important for you to understand, so let's dive into it. Phase 1, Foundation Stage, Months 1 to 3. The first 3 months were all about getting comfortable with my own voice. It felt incredibly strange at first. I'd stand in front of the mirror, whispering things like, "I am eating breakfast." Or I'd describe what I was doing, "I am walking to the kitchen now." My dog looked at me funny sometimes, but I kept at it. Every evening, I'd record a short 1-minute audio on my phone, just talking about my day. Today, I went to the market. I bought apples. The weather was sunny. Listening back was a bit cringeworthy, hearing my own awkward pauses and mistakes, but it helped me notice things. I also dedicated time to learning 10 to 15 new phrases each week. Not just memorizing them, but saying them out loud, trying to use them in my mirror talk. By the end of this phase, I still made many mistakes, but I could string simple sentences together without feeling a cold dread in my stomach. The goal was to speak simple sentences without fear, and I was slowly getting there. Phase 2, Small Conversations, Months 4 to 6. This phase felt like a big jump, from talking to myself to talking to actual people. I was lucky because I had my friend Marie. She already knew a little English, and she agreed to practice with me. At first, our conversations were short and funny. We'd mix English with our own language, laugh at mistakes, and sometimes give up halfway. But those small chats gave me courage. Along with Marie, I also used a learner app that connected me with other English speakers. The first few calls on the app were a disaster. My heart hammered, and I'd just nod a lot. But gradually, it got easier. We would talk about simple things, like our favorite foods or what we did last weekend. I also joined a small online English club. It was just the 5 of us, and we met once a week. We'd share short stories, like, "Yesterday, I visited my grandma." We drank tea and talked about old times. At first, my stories were just 3 or 4 halting sentences, but it was real-time interaction. My goal was to get used to real-time interaction, and while it wasn't perfect, I was definitely interacting, thanks to my friend Marie and the learner apps. Phase 3, Confidence Building, Months 7 to 9. After getting a little cozy with short conversations, it was time to stretch myself. I started practicing mini speeches. These were just 2 to 3 minutes long, on easy topics like, "My favorite hobby is reading," or, "If I could travel anywhere, I would go to Japan." I'd record these too, and oh, the difference from my early recordings. I could hear my pronunciation improving, my pauses becoming more natural. Roleplay practice became surprisingly fun. I'd pretend I was at a cafe ordering food, or asking for directions at a train station. Sometimes I'd practice alone, and sometimes with my speaking buddy from Phase 2. This part was crucial because it made me think on my feet and use English for real-life situations. The goal of speaking longer without stopping and sounding more natural was within reach. My sentences felt smoother, less like individual bricks and more like a flowing stream. Phase 4, Public Stage, Months 10 to 12. This was the final push. The idea of public speaking still made me a little nervous, but I knew how far I'd come. I started by preparing 5-minute speeches once a week. I'd record them, upload them to a private folder, and sometimes share them with my online club for feedback. One week, I even joined a small online speaking challenge, giving a short presentation about my home city. My voice trembled a little, but I did it. The biggest change in this phase was thinking in English. Instead of translating in my head, I started to just think, I need to buy milk, or what a beautiful day. It wasn't perfect, but it was a huge step. By the end of the year, I felt like a different person. I could stand in front of a small group, share my opinions clearly, and even answer questions without panicking. I had truly stepped into public confidence. 1 year felt long at the start, but looking back, each month genuinely was a building block. Those shy mirror talks in the beginning paved the way for small conversations, which then allowed me to gain confidence for longer talks, and finally, to speak in front of others. Consistency was the real magic. It wasn't about being perfect, but about showing up every day, even for 30 minutes. English isn't just grammar rules, it's a tool. It's a key to connect with more people, to understand new ideas, and to share my own thoughts with the world. And the more I used it, the stronger my voice became, not just in English, but in my own life too. I'm so proud of this journey, and I hope seeing my experience can help you too. If you found this helpful, remember, you're not alone in this. And tell me in the comments, which stage are you in right now? Foundation, conversation, confidence, or public speaking? Let's keep growing together, step by step.